Hey, Dyami.
How y'all doing?
Doing well. Thank you, sir. First question comes from Gregory Hall. So, Gregory, go ahead.
Dyami, performances that like Michael Carter and Javonte Williams had today, how does that make the offense better, and how does that help you perform better as a receiver?
When we all click together, and when the run game can get going, maybe we can get a pass game going, or the pass game going, maybe we could throw a run in there. But when they get going and we get going, the offense just click and it just moves, and that's something that we have worked on tremendously.
How are you able to get those deep balls today that you hadn't been able to get the first 2 weeks in the season?
So pretty much we just locked in, for the whole week. I knew that was something that I haven't, gotten the past 2 weeks, but this week we locked in on it and said, all right, we need the deep ball, or, try to get them short to set up the deep ball. So that's what we did this week.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Mark Berman. Mark, go ahead.
Yes, what did you see on film maybe in the Virginia Tech defense that you were able to take advantage of today to have such a productive game?
Can you repeat that?
What did you kind of see? What did you notice in the Virginia Tech defense that you were able to take advantage of and capitalize on to have such a big offensive game today?
So we watched film, and we had to attack the DBs today. We had to attack the DBs. We had to fit the run. And that's everything that we saw this week in film was exactly in the game. So we had a game plan, we went through with it, and we executed.
Okay, let's go over to Ross Martin.
Hey, Dyami, what can you say about what Daz did? He only had 3 catches coming to the game. What can you say about his performance in a pretty big game today?
I say he did a good job. He let them pass games go away. He didn't dwell on them moments right there, but he came today and played hard, and that's something that you have to do. You have to put the pass in the past and play in the present.
And how do you think you two complement each other in the passing game?
Oh, we just feed off each other. We all want to see each other eat. So if he's doing good, we'll let him do good. If I'm doing good, we just trigger off each other, and whatever happens or whatever works.
Thank you.
All right, let's go over to Andrew Jones.
Hey, Dyami, how much did getting Daz involved a lot early kind of help some of that, the long throws that you guys hadn't had the last couple of weeks?
Can you repeat the last part of that question?
How much did getting Daz involved early kind of help you guys with the downfield stuff that hadn't been there the last couple of weeks? How much did it open it up for you?
I think they put more of a focus on Daz. So we put him into motion a lot. So we figured if we put him in motion and get the defense off balance, we have some deep shots. So that's pretty much what we did today.
On your second touchdown, it looked like you stumbled a little bit. Can you kind of take us through that little sequence right there where it looked like you stumbled and then you kind of freed up and caught the ball?
Oh, yeah. I pretty much, ran a route. I got on top of his toes and stacked him, but I think he was kind of tripping behind me, so I was stumbling a little bit, and I just had to attack the ball.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, let's go over to Brendan Marks.
Hey, Dyami. Just wondering, 656 yards is the 5th most in any game in school history. Is this the best that this offense can be, or is there still another level that you guys can hit?
I believe there's another level. We had a couple of drives where we didn't execute. We had, I think, about 2 3 and outs, and we didn't finish those drives. But there's pretty much, we can't go further than what we did today. There's more.
Thank you.
All right, Brian Keys, go ahead.
Hey, Dyami. I think this is UNC's first win over a ranked opponent since at least 2016. So just after a game, after a statement win like that, sort of where are you at? Where's the team at just right now?
Pretty much, we're just looking for the next week. We got the win. We congratulate each other. Now we focus on the next week. As of tomorrow, we'll celebrate today, but as of tomorrow, we're locked in into next week.
Thank you.
All right, last one for Dyami. Luke Buxton. Go ahead, Luke.
Dyami, was curious about what it was like playing last time for Syracuse and no fans versus this time getting some fans back, especially with the student section.
The fans, I pretty much think it was a big difference. We had some energy, we gave to them, and they gave some energy to us. And we love our fans, and we would love to have them at every game if necessary. So they really made a big impact on us.
And quick follow-up. After your first touchdown, I was curious what the celebration was. What was it supposed to be? Was it an arrow? Was it a guitar?
It was pretty much the arrow. I was shooting one arrow, then shooting two arrows, then I put the deuces up.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right, Dyami, thank you so much for your time today. All right, Jeremiah, thanks for joining us. We will begin with Greg Barnes. So Greg, go ahead.
Jeremiah, what was Virginia Tech able to do there in the third quarter to kind of spark their offense?
I think the QB run game played a huge factor in the game. Our safeties coming down and trying to fit up the run and try to get that extra run fitter in there. And then I think they were so worried about coming in to fit in the run that they were starting to throw balls over our heads. And you could see that in the third quarter.
And what does it say about this team that each of these three games that you've won, you've kind of had to win in different ways?
I'm sorry, you can repeat that one more time?
What does it say about this team that you've been able to win each of these first three games, and the fact that you've had to win them in different ways?
I think it just shows that how good we can really be. We really haven't put a full game together, I think, offensively or defensively. I mean, you can see the first 2 weeks, the defense played pretty good. And this week, the defense didn't play too good, but the offense came out and showed out the whole game. And I think if we put those two things together, I think we'll be a dangerous football team.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
Let's go over to Jared Fialco.
Jeremiah, Dyami just talked about the difference in even 7% capacity fans made today. And I know that's less than 4,000 or so. But still, I'm curious, in what ways do you notice fan noise that was different than the first go-around when it's just piped in?
I mean, you can't really describe it. I mean, there's just a totally different atmosphere when you have people out there. I mean, the first 2 weeks, playing at home, we didn't have anybody. Then we went to Boston College. I expected them to have some type of fans, and they didn't have anybody either. So, just to have, 3,000-4,000 people out there in the student section, you have atmosphere that we haven't had all season. And all the people on the team enjoyed it, and I think it helped our sideline energy the whole game too.
All right, let's go over to Andrew Jones.
Hey, Jeremiah, what did you guys miss the most not having Ray out there today up front?
I think just his point of attack and how well he knows the defense. He's an older guy. He played a lot of snaps last year. So, when he's out there and I have to make all the calls with the D-line, sometimes he's out there being vocal and helping the D-line out there too. And I think that's something we kind of missed this week because Tamari's not used to playing the nose guard position at all. But we know he was able and had the capability of playing nose guard, so we moved him there. So, I think that's what we missed from Ray. He's a vocal leader on the defensive line. I think that's something we really missed this game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Jeremiah, that's all we got for you today. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Hey, Don, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, how are you?
All right, good, thank you. We will begin with Brendan Mark. So, Brendan, go ahead.
Hey, Don, thanks for taking the time. When you see both offenses having the sort of success that they are having like they did today, does that change your mindset at all as a defensive player that, maybe we're not going to make every single stop today, but if we can make stops at the right times, it'll be particularly impactful, or does the mindset not change at all?
We go out there and we trying to compete every drive, so it's not like a win this one and win or lose the next one. It's more so go and play. But offense did a pretty good job on both sides of the ball. We got to give them their respect, and our offense won the ball the whole game.
Thank you.
Okay, Ross Martin, go ahead.
Hey, Don, I was wondering, how much did you miss Storm Duck and Jacorius Conley in the secondary? Was it clear they weren't there? And how did those guys that filled in for them do, you think?
I think they did a pretty good job. I miss Storm. Me and Storm were really close, so not being on the field with them kind of hurt. But we talked before the game, and we knew what we had to go out there and do. And I feel like we have depth, so we went out and we played, and we did a pretty good job.
What was so tough about stopping the run with Virginia Tech, and especially your role in stopping the run?
You said what was tough about it?
Yeah, it's stopping the run, Virginia Tech's rushing attack.
They have a really good line. They have a pretty good back. So just everybody has to fit the right gap and be where they need to be. So that was pretty tough for us, but we came out and we played strong. So we did our job.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go over to Brian Keys.
Hey, Don. This is the team's first time being in the top 10 since anyone's been here. What does a statement win like this mean for the program going forward?
I feel like it just shows where we're trying to go and where we're trying to be. We went from a two-win program, I believe, to winning 6-7 games last year, and we feel like we can win them all. So we're going to try and go out there and compete every week, and focus on the next game that's coming up.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Don, that's all we got for you. Thanks, man. Appreciate your time. Condon, go ahead, Bridget.
Michael, congratulations on the win. You and Javonte, really two players who kind of look like they feed off of each other. You both had over 150 rushing yards, the first time that's ever happened since 1981 for Carolina. How much do you guys kind of feed off of each other's runs and hype each other up?
Yeah, a lot. Thank you for the question. I feel like me and Vontae, we feed off each other in the realest sense. Like literally, when Vontae breaks off a long one, I gotta have the next one, or vice versa. And we're always competing. It's always friendly because we're brothers at the end of the day, and we would never let something like football get in between that. But to answer the question, yeah, we do compete all game, and it's friendly. So it's a good environment to be in.
Okay, let's go to Dina King.
Hey, Michael, congrats on the win. I just want your thoughts on your offensive line performance today.
Yeah, I thought they blocked up front great. She turned to green. But yeah, I thought they blocked up front great, and I'm really proud of them. I'm really thankful for them more than anything. The best offensive line I've ever had in my life. They're amazing. They amazing. They're just so amazing. Like I can't. There's no other word. Like they had such a great day, and they do the same thing in practice. They take hard coaching, and they just get better from it. They don't take it personal, and that's just a sign of a great offensive line. Big nasty guys that get it done.
And to follow up, the last two times y'all played Virginia Tech, how sweet is it to finally beat the Hokies?
Yeah, I feel good because going back to my sophomore year, same type of game, and I ended on the wrong side of it, and it felt like it was all my fault. And so just to be able to, one, get the team win, and two, just kind of let that go to bed, that feeling go to rest. Has been a really good. It's a good day.
Thank you.
Let's go to Alyssa Ray. Go ahead, Alyssa.
Mac Brown said earlier this week to see the potential of this offense, you guys just needed to settle down and have fun. Do you think you did that today?
I think so. I think that we could be more consistent, but I do think that we had a lot of fun today, and that was the difference. Lately we've been a very humble team on the offensive side of the ball, and we won the best offense, if not the best in the nation, and I feel like we should carry ourselves like that more often.
We've been hearing about the Hokies run game all week long to go out there and do what you guys did. How good did that feel?
Felt really good because, anytime, and salute to those other running backs that they had, great players. But I feel like at the same time, me and Javonte are the best running backs in the nation, and I'm going to stand on it every week. So it was good just to let's go head to head and see who the best. And I think we came out on top today.
All right, Marissa Rawald. Go ahead, Marissa.
Marissa Rawald with Sports Extra. Great game today. My question is, what was it like to play in front of fans and family today? And how did the crowd really affect your energy on the field and your motivation?
Yeah, it was cool. I think my motivation is internal, but I think the atmosphere was great today, and I'm very thankful that we have the fans that we do, that are willing to really risk their lives to come to see us play football. It means a lot.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's go to CL Brown. Go ahead, CL.
Hi, Michael. You just mentioned your motivation is internal, but how much do you feel like you and Javonte, maybe it's because y'all split carries and it's not just one feature back doing everything, but how much do you feel like you guys don't really get your due nationally?
I think after this week we will. And I think it's a credit. It's really a credit and a lot of respect to the other players that we have on the team. Just going from Sam to Dyami to Daz, Garrett Walston, all NFL guys, Toe Groves, Antoine Green, Boca Brothers. playmakers. Like, we have so many that you see most teams that have like one or two guys get recognition. It's because that's who they feed through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's who their offense goes through. And with our offense, we can go any way, any week. And that's the difference. And I think that even after that happens, we don't always get the attention that we need. We don't need it because at the end of the day, the film going to speak for itself.
And finally, being able to play in back-to-back weeks, how do you feel like that had anything to do with you guys maybe having a better rhythm going into this game as opposed to, when you guys played Syracuse and Boston College?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it felt like a real football season game today. Like, we played last Saturday, we're gonna play this Saturday, we're gonna play next Saturday. So it felt really good to be in and have a rhythm, just like have some consistency at least for the time being. So yeah, it was good that we got to play back-to-back game.
All right, Michael. Thanks for your time today. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, welcome. Thanks for joining us. First question from Brian Key. So Brian, please go ahead.
Sorry, I was muted. Hey, Sam. Both Javonte and Michael set career highs in rushing attempts. What does it mean for you to have two backs that can kind of take the pressure off and open some stuff up downfield for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just blessed to have those two guys. The offensive line did a really, really good job, just from start to finish of just pushing the defensive line and getting to the second level and giving those guys space. And when you give those two guys space, it goes to the house on any play. So, and when they're doing that, then the defense has to bring their safeties down. They got to press up a little more, and that opens up the stuff down the field. So, I think we had a really good balance today, as far as on the ground and the air. So, yeah, definitely having that good running game. That's something we want to get established in every single game. It just opens up everything else.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go back over to Mark Berman. Mark, go ahead.
Did you notice anything on film during the week when looking at the Virginia Tech defense, or do you notice during the game today that you were able to take advantage of and help you guys be so productive today?
Yeah, I mean, there was some good scenarios we saw on film, but really just came down to us versus them up front. And our guys won that battle today on almost every single play. So they gave our running backs some space, and they made some great plays. But yeah, really, I mean, they kind of did what we thought they were going to do from a defensive standpoint. We knew we were going to have some opportunities, but at the end of the day, it comes down to our guys up front, and they made it happen today.
Okay, let's move over to Jared Fialco. Jared, go ahead.
Sam, Dyami and Jeremiah kind of talked about what it's like to play in front of fans. I was curious as to, from a quarterback perspective, in what way do you notice noise difference from live fans, even be it 7% of 51,000, as opposed to just canned noise? And in what way does that change? Does it sound different for you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it really sounds much different. I think the main thing is just energy. You just feel the energy from the fans. It was completely different out there today. It actually felt like a real football game today, and I really couldn't say that about the first two games. So it's definitely glad to have people back here in Keenan. So I hope we have some more in the near future.
All right, Gregory Hall, go ahead.
Sam, it feels like we're going to be asking you about Mike and Javonte every week. Mike said that he believes him and Javonte are the best running back duo in the country. I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, without a doubt. I've been saying that from the start. There's no better 1-2 punch in college football, and I haven't seen one in a very long time. So those two are definitely the best two backs I've seen all in college football. So we're definitely blessed to have those guys.
What do you think their ceiling is? I mean, both of them put up career highs today. Where do you think they can go?
Yeah, I mean, both of them can get so much better. They're both really, really good players. They're some of the best backs I've ever seen in my life. And then I think the main thing they've done last year from this year, they're being more of a factor in the passing game too. So they both have come a long way from the passing game standpoint, and they're running the ball really well. So the ceiling is so high for those guys, and I just hope those guys are the best for their future, and they're gonna play this game for a really long time.
I thought you were gonna say the ceiling is the roof there, but thank you.
I almost said it, but y'all probably heard that one a whole lot.
Okay, let's go to Mike Toper.
Hey, Sam, kind of going off along that, we knew about your passing game, obviously, the first, coming into the season, but to see that type of balance and put up, almost 700 yards of offense, what kind of confidence does this give you guys moving forward to know that you are capable of having that run and pass balance and having success at it?
Yeah, it's definitely a boost of confidence. We've never had this much success running the ball, I think, in school history. So definitely gives us a lot of confidence in our running game, and we already had a lot of confidence coming in. I think the main thing is just we have that balance on offense. We have so many playmakers, and so on any given week it could be anybody, and our O-line's doing a really good job. So it's just letting our skill guys get the ball in space, and they're making plays.
Okay, Bridget Condon, go ahead.
Sam, to be able to go out there and beat a top ranked team like you guys did today, especially against Virginia Tech, we all know how you lost that last year. What does that say for you guys? And I think it's the first time anyone on your roster had ever beaten Virginia Tech.
Yeah, we definitely were aware that not many guys on this team have beaten Virginia Tech, so we definitely wanted to fix that today. We really just want to come here and make a statement. I feel like we've kind of heard a lot of negative things throughout the week. So, we just want to show people who we really are, especially on the offensive side of the ball. We didn't have great success in the first two games, so we knew we were going to bust it open at some point, and we did today.
All right, Andrew Jones. Go ahead, Andrew.
Hey, Sam, how nice was it having Josh back up front today?
Yeah, it was Josh Azuda is a really, really good player. He's one of our best guys up front, so I've been begging him to come back and play, and I think we felt his impact out there today, so we're definitely glad to have him back out there.
And on top of that, after having a few issues with the blocking last weekend, how huge was it and how well did the guys play up front today? Because they didn't get many hands on you, and the holes for the run game were enormous much of the day.
Yeah, they played tremendous up front. It seemed like every single run play they were opening up holes that anybody could have ran through, and our backs just took advantage of that space. The yards that they were blocked for, they got those yards and plus some. So our line did a good job, and in the passing game too. I think we had one sack. That sack was 100% on me. So they did a really good job. We feel really good about those guys moving forward.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Yep.
Ross Martin, go ahead.
Hey, Sam, what worked between you and Daz, and then what worked between you and Dyami on the deep passing routes? How good was it kind of connect on get both those guys involved the way you want to get them involved?
Yeah, it's definitely something we want to emphasize. We want to get those guys the ball. They haven't had too many touches in the first two games, and they're both really, really good playmakers. So we definitely want to get them the ball. So there's some times where I just gave Daz like some little swing routes on some one-on-one scenarios, just let him do what he does, and he made him pay for that. And then Dyami, they couldn't. They had to bring their safety down in the run game because they couldn't stop the run game. So they weren't able to cap Dyami with a safety. So he was one-on-one with a corner, and he's going to win that matchup every time.
Great. Thanks, man.
Yep.
Okay, Jackson Didley. Go ahead, Jackson.
Yeah, Sam, speaking specifically to Virginia Tech, what did you kind of see from their defensive backs and linebackers today that kind of helped you have some success through the air?
Yeah, I think the main thing that helped is just the run game. We established the run game really early, so that opens up some things downfield, because if you can't stop the run, then we're just going to run the ball down the field, and we still did that. But they were trying to bring extra guys into the box, which leaves the field open.
All right, let's have our last question come from Luke Buxton. So, Luke, go ahead.
Sam, I'm curious what happened at the end with Dax Holyfield kind of on the push, and then the ensuing kind of tension that arose following that moment.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into detail about what was said, but there was some disrespectful things said at the end of the game. That's all I'm going to say.
Cool.
All right, Sam, appreciate your time.
Yep.
Have a good night.